Hey guys! Welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today I am building a modern family house and it's going to be base game only. So let's get started. So I know this is my first modern house that I built on my YouTube channel, but I've actually built a lot of modern homes just for my own gameplay because I prefer modern homes and I prefer building them. I just think they look better. It's just more of my preferred style, I suppose. I like how boxy the modern houses look, and usually when they're boxy, then the room layouts also end up being boxy, and it's just easier to build and it's also easier to decorate. And in real life, like square rooms are better because then you don't have to worry about where to place certain furniture items if you have weird like nooks and crannies and rounded walls and things like that. So the reference photo that I was following to build this house, it's very boxy, it's very kind of like white, gray, and black, and it had this very interesting wooden accent. So for the balcony in the front, it looked like a little wooden box, and I just find that to be really helpful in modern homes because, like I said, the colors are black, white, and gray, and materials like concrete and things like that, it can make the house feel very cold and it's hard to bring in that warmth. I find that like this wooden accent really helps warm up this home and make it look a bit warmer. So yeah, I have one in the front and the back, and then there is a driveway and a fake garage in this home. I always build a garage for my detached homes because even though it doesn't function as a garage and the Sims don't drive, I just can't imagine like a detached home without a garage, here in Vancouver at least. So this is not the biggest lot in Newcrest. I could only fit 2 bedrooms and I wanted the bedrooms to be like big and comfy. I wanted it to look kind of luxurious, definitely very modern, and so I didn't try to squeeze in like a 3rd bedroom, and I also didn't want to build a basement because I did end up adding a pool in the backyard, and I just thought it'd be better if it was for a family of 3, honestly. I was thinking the parents, they're both like business folks, white collar jobs, and then their teenage son is probably just like very into video games and very tech savvy and things like that. And I was also thinking that this house could be fairly new, like a new build. And so with the landscaping, I tried to keep it very simple. I didn't want it to look very lived in at all. So just finishing up here, the ground floor is going to have a bathroom and a den. But aside from that, I tried to keep the floor plan very open, which is a common trait for, I guess, modern apartments. It's that floor plan will make the space feel more open, so there's no walls separating like the dining room versus the living room or the kitchen and things like that. It's all kind of one shared space. And of course, because this is a base game, I'm limited to what items I can use. So I did use some debug items here and there, like these cars and some of the plants, I suppose. I didn't add too many debug items. I was thinking that this house has more of that minimalistic vibe. I'm thinking this family is very clean, very organized. Maybe they hire a nanny, I don't know. Basically, it's not going to be very cluttered. And so I didn't use a lot of debug items because I didn't need to decorate that much. And one thing I've noticed actually is with the eco expansion pack, like the garbage cans, they overflow and you can't, I guess, like get rid of them unless you delete it in build mode. So I mean, I have studio living, so sometimes I just sneak in that trash chute to fix that problem for my gameplay. So starting off with the kitchen here, I kept the kitchen black, and I kept overall the interior very black and white as well, with a lot of glass furniture, just to make it consistent with how the exterior looks. And so here I did something fancy with the microwave. I put it like in the wall cabinet. It should still work for the gameplay, but if it doesn't, you can just move it onto a regular counter. And I did that because I find that a lot of modern kitchens, a lot of their bigger appliances are like embedded into the walls. So it's not very noticeable. Like even the fridges, they look like just a wall cabinet. And so I do like that style, and I tried to do that with the microwave there. Yeah, so again, I didn't put too much clutter in this kitchen. I did add some decor items. I put a coffee machine. I tried to use the same appliance style, so the fridge, the stove, and the coffee machine have that like futuristic neon blue color accent. So I tried to use that. Same with the microwave. And I also wanted to give them a bar. I feel like, you know, this Sims family, they might be hosting a lot of dinner parties and things like that. So I tried to incorporate the bar into the kitchen and make it look like it's all part of that counter style so that it doesn't stick out that much. Adding some coffee, bags of coffee. Again, yeah, I try not to use too many debug items. And then over on this corner is the living room. And so I used kind of like a floating wall shelf. I really like how that looks, and the TV is mounted. I just find that is a very modern way of decorating your home. And it also saves space. Added the video game activity here, the music, and I also blew up that gray painting just to fill out that space. I originally tried to put the dining table kind of in between this living room and that bar, but it just wasn't working out. It looked so cramped, and it wasn't the style I wanted. You know, I wanted it to be open and kind of luxurious, so I had to move the dining table to another area. I also tried to add a lot of big mirrors, just to kind of like brighten up the place. And I like how this console table is behind the sofa, but it also acts as an entry table. So it kind of works both ways here. I also really like these stairs. I feel like they'd be pretty dangerous actually. That looks pretty steep, and there's no like rails, and probably like dust and dirt just like falls through those steps and into the floor. But anyways. So this is the powder room on the ground floor here. I used the same kitchen cabinets. Everything just looks very consistent, I would say. And so this is a pretty simple, I guess, bathroom here. I moved the dining set out in this area, and I put like a giant hutch in that corner just because I liked the wine glasses there on display. And then this corner is kind of where you come in from the garage, and then there's the den right there. I was also able to fit in a piano, which is really great. And then this den, I tried to use glass furniture again. And I usually try to keep everything like boxy and like aligned. But for this den, I actually ended up rotating the table there, and I just felt like that looked better and more like a business office, business den. So out here in the backyard, I wanted them to have like a really cool patio. I don't have the patio pack, and so I just kind of like moved that grill. I tried to make it like look like it was part of those cabinets. Gave them a dining set, a pool. There's also a little gardening area behind that wall there. I added 3 pots, so your Sims can grow 3 things. And then because it was looking so cold again with this space, I added some vines on the walls, and I feel like that just brightened it up a little bit. So yeah, quite a luxurious backyard, I would say. Growing up, like if my friend had a pool, their house was like the go-to place. Moving on to the master bedroom here, I tried to make like a fancy headboard. I ended up using the wooden accent. I like how I gave them floating shelves as a nightstand instead of an actual nightstand. I think that's very cool, very modern. You know how those beds are like built into part of the wall? And because the wall height for the upstairs is also medium, I just find that it looks a lot better, and with the plants hanging down, it's not like drooping down on your face. I just really liked how this turned out. Even though I'm only using base game items, I feel like that looks really great. I also used a floating shelf to makeshift a vanity table here. I also don't have the vanity pack. I think that's part of the vintage glamour pack, so I don't have that. So this is like a fake vanity, I guess. Your Sims can still use the mirror, of course, for the gameplay, but it's not like a functioning vanity. So I added some girl and male items here for the table. And then this corner is going to be a cozy corner for if the couple just wants to sit and read a book or chat or anything like that. So I added that cute corner for them there, and it also kind of extends out to their balcony, which I kept pretty simple with just one sofa. This is the ensuite bathroom, so again, trying to make it look very similar to all the other bathrooms, but I always try to fit in a double sink in ensuites. I feel like that's a must-have for ensuite, and this bathroom only has a shower, so it's more for, I guess, adults and teen usage. The other bathroom here, I'm going to include a tub, so if you want to have children, you should be able to bathe them without any problems. So yeah, so this is gonna be their son's bathroom, as well as guests can use it, I guess. And they all kind of look very similar. Moving on to the boys' bedroom, I also wanted to give them like a wooden accent headboard, but it didn't really turn out well because I was only gonna use this single bed. So I just ended up making the whole wall with that wooden texture, which I think turned out fine. I still gave them a floating shelf for their nightstand, and the priority for this bedroom was to fit a lot of the boys' activities and hobbies because the ground floor doesn't have room for that. And so I tried to decorate it with some geeky items. I feel like, you know, he's really into video games, Star Wars, Star Trek, like Avengers, all of those. So yeah, maybe he has like an interest in space. That's why I added that painting there. And of course that giant video game item. And so I feel like he spends a lot of time in his room, and maybe their family has a hard time having family time together and just talking and things like that. So this outdoor space, it's kind of empty, so I fit in a chess table, a bookshelf, and then this extends into their outdoor backyard balcony. This one does not have a roof, but I added like a conversation set, and I just like how it overlooks the swimming pool. So this is it for my modern base game house. It has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and I just really like how cohesive everything looks from the interior to the exterior. And even though it's kind of a smaller house on a smaller lot, I feel like it looks very luxurious, and so I hope your Sims will enjoy their lives in here. So if you want to use this for your gameplay, you can download it from my gallery. Aside from that, if you have any suggestions on what I should build next, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys, thanks for watching. Toodles!